A small passenger plane in Nepal with 19 passengers on board, including 4 Indians, has lost contact with the air traffic control. Now, according to authorities, the flight from Pokhara was last seen over the sky of Jomsom in a Mustang district and then had diverted to Mount Dholagiri, after which it hasn't come in contact with the authorities. Now, Nepal government has deployed 2 private helicopters for the search operation. Pankaj Das joins us for more information on this. Pankaj, what more information do we know at this moment?
Yeah, the latest information on the Tara Air lost connection with the ATS, that the airport authority of the Jomsom has heard a big sound, the blast sound from the airport, and the Nepal police and the armed police force team has deployed for that area. The area is called Ghimire. It's very near to that Jomsom airport, where the people had heard a very big blast and a big fire also. They have seen the big fire in Ghimire area.
Pankaj, do we also know what exactly happened? Because we're being given to understand that the flight has lost contact with the authorities.
Yeah, the Pokhara airport, the ATC has sent the information to the Kathmandu that they lost the connection with the Tara Air twin-eater plane, which has gone to the Jomsom airport, but it's not landed at the time. The landing time was the 10:35, but the plane has lost its connection at 9:55. And then they are very worrying about it, and they informed the government, and the government has deployed 2 private helicopters to search that in area on the route from Pokhara to Jomsom. But now Jomsom Airport Authority has heard the very big blast sound, and they have also seen the fire. So they have deployed the Nepal police and armed police force team for that particular area. And then the weather is very bad in that area. So the weather is one reason why the plane has lost its connection.
Right, Pankaj. And also, have you heard anything from your sources in the Nepal government as to what could have possibly gone wrong? You know, any initial information that is coming in? Of course, this is a matter of investigation and we have to give the government some time to figure out. But anything in the initial, round of information that's come in?
Yes, the government official has told us that definitely the Tara Air has in an accident, big plane crash has in the Ghimire area. So once the team has returned back, then after only they said anything clear.
All right, Pankaj, request you to, in fact, stay with us because we have some more breaking information that is coming in. Now, a Nepali Army Mi-17 helicopter has recently left for Mustang, where it is suspected that the crashed region of this missing aircraft. Now, this is the latest that we're hearing from the Nepal Army. So, of course, some more details coming in there about this passenger, the small passenger plane in Nepal with 19 passengers on board that has, in fact, lost contact with the air traffic control. Pankaj continues to be with us. Pankaj, now the Nepali Army spokesperson is saying that they have deployed certain helicopters in order to go and find out, the whereabouts of all those people who are missing.
The rescue, all the rescue team has focused on that Ghimire area almost when they have informed that there's a very big blast and the local people have seen the fire also. Then the army helicopter and also the private helicopter which was sent earlier to that area for the rescue. Now all the rescue operation has focused on that particular area only.
All right, that is all the latest information that Pankaj Das is getting us for us on this very important piece of news that we're getting for our viewers here. A small passenger plane in Nepal with 19 people on board. Now, this includes 4 Indians has now lost contact with the air traffic control. Now, the authorities say that the flight from Pokhara was last seen over the skies of Jomsom. Now, this is in the Mustang district, and then had diverted to Mount Dholagiri, and now has failed to come in contact with the ATC. Now, the Nepal government has deployed 2 private helicopters for the search and rescue operation. Now, Pankaj continues to... All right, we'll try and reconnect with Pankaj, their senior journalist from Kathmandu. But of course, that is the latest news we're coming in. In fact, the Nepal army... All right, we're in fact being joined by... All right. So the latest that we're getting is the Nepal army has deployed Mi-17 choppers on the site. Now, this is in order to figure out what is happening. But the initial information that we're getting is that a small passenger train has gone missing. It has lost contact with the air control, the air traffic control, and the last location, the last seen location we know is from Jomsom, which is in Mustang. Now, Sameer Dixit joins us for more information on this. Sameer, what is the kind of initial information that is coming in with respect to this passenger plane that has gone missing?
So, as of now, the search operation, the rescue operation has been launched by the officials. I'm giving you the current update. The search and rescue operation has been launched. As of now, 2 helicopters have been deployed for the search operation. In addition to this, Nepal Army has also put in their Mi-17 helicopter. What has been found by the officials that the aircraft, this twin-engine aircraft, was last seen over the skies of Jomsom in Mustang district, and it is supposed to be the crash site. And over there, the entire search and rescue operation has been focused upon. Now, if you go back to the entire incident, the twin-engine aircraft of Tara Air, which had 22 people on board, it included 4 Indian nationals as well as 3 Japanese citizens were there, and the rest included 15 Nepalese citizens. And in that, there were 3 cabin crew members as well. But immediately after took-off, the plane took off at around 9:55 a.m. And immediately after took-off, it went off the radar. In the sense, the airport authorities couldn't locate the plane. Now, it has also been reported that this plane, the twin-engine aircraft of Tara Air, it was flying from Pokhara to Jomsom in Nepal. And when this incident took place, that it went off the radar, and the air navigation authorities they locate where this aircraft. So currently, the search and rescue operation is being conducted by the Nepalese army as well as the officials. But the crash or where the airplane is, has not been located, but the search operation.
Right, Sameer, in fact, given the terrain where this aircraft has gone missing, how difficult do you think is the search and rescue operation going to be?
The entire Nepalese region is a very hilly area. There are mountains, so it is a hilly area. If any mishap, it might be very difficult for the officials, the entire authorities to carry out the rescue operation. And usually in the past, what we have seen that in such instance where if any crash or any mishap takes place, then the loss of or the property or it is quite severe. So, though the final confirmation of any update is yet not there, but yes, we can understand that if the rescue operation has to be taken on by the officials, it will be quite difficult, considering the fact that the entire Nepalese region is quite hilly, and it is not easy, to take if someone is alive or severely injured, then from hilly area to any nearby spot, it is quite difficult. But yes, they are trying to focus to first locate the aircraft and then take the next step, that is to carry out the rescue operation.
Right, Sameer, and also have we heard from the airport or the airport authorities as to what could have possibly gone wrong here?
So this would be premature to predict anything, but yes, Nepal, if you see by the weather conditions, it is quite unpredictable. So yes, definitely this weather will be a big factor that will be taken into account when the search or the rescue operation is going on. They have to understand that if the flight is diverted from the set flight path, then was the whether one of the possible reasons that forced the pilot to off or go a bit diverted from the pre-designed path of the aircraft. And these all factors will be taken during the investigation time. But currently the entire focus is to locate the aircraft, is to, if the passengers are there, they need immediate rescue, immediate evacuation. That is what the first priority is. And on this, the entire authorities are currently working on. But if you go into details, it will be a matter of investigation that what forced the aircraft to be diverted from the pre-designed flight path, and whether definitely will be one of the possible reasons into it.
All right, Samir, appreciate you joining us with all those details. We'll, of course, keep coming back to you for the latest on this. But, of course, this is the big breaking news that we're getting for our viewers, where we're being given to understand that a small passenger plane in Nepal has, which was traveling from Pokhara to Jomsom, has in fact lost contact with the air traffic control. Now, this is the information right now is sketchy for natural reasons. But what we know is the flight was last seen over the sky of Jomsom, which is in the Mustang district, and had then diverted to Mount Dhaulagiri. That is where it lost contact with the ATC, and the Nepal government has, of course, pressed its, has put its aircrafts into action for rescue and for search first, in fact. And that is the latest that we're getting. Mi-17 choppers have been pressed into action, towards the suspected crash region. Now, this was the Atara aircraft that we're talking about. There were 22 people on board, including 4 Indians. And that is the information that we're getting for the moment. Now, of course, that is the big breaking news that we're getting. Vipul Saxena, aviation expert, joins us on the broadcast. Vipul, thank you so much for speaking to us. This is very unfortunate news that we're getting. The details here are sketchy. We're still learning a lot of things from the authorities. But the last we know is that there was a flight, a small aircraft with about 22 people on board that was flying from, Pokhara to Jomsom, but has lost contact with the ATC. Now, given the nature of the terrain that it was flying over, how difficult do you think it's going to be for the authorities in order to ascertain where exactly this aircraft is?
See, basically, as you're saying, this is a very small aircraft, and the terrain that this aircraft was flying, currently weather is quite inclement there. So I suppose weather could be one of the reason of getting this lost en route and losing the contact. But we need to be hopeful, and aircraft has these days, emergency locator transmitter. Every aircraft is mandatorily supposed to have emergency locator transmitter, which is connected to the satellites. Okay. So, moment if it gets crashed or lost somewhere, it starts transmitting automatically, and then you get to know the location of the aircraft. Till now, there is no news about it, so we need to be positive and hope that things are under control. So unless we get some more detail, it's difficult to really comment what would have gone wrong. But yes, there are ways that soon I'm sure within 2-3 hours we'll get to know what has happened to this aircraft.
Absolutely. We hope that all of those who were on board are safely rescued, being extremely positive over there. And we hope that whatever is, all the action that the government can take in will be as soon as possible. But, I also want to understand, given that, you're an expert in this field of aviation, what, according to you, as per whatever initial information we have, could have been the possible reason for things to have gone wrong here?
One could be, as I said, the terrain is quite a mountainous terrain, and the weather there in that area is quite bad. So I'm sure one could be this could be the contributing factor, and other could be some technical snag, some problem, because as per the newscast, till now there is no mayday reported by the pilot. Had there been some technical snag, some problem in the aircraft, the pilot would have definitely sounded mayday. So unless we wait for some more time to get some more details, I think it won't be right to comment on this.
Right, Mr. Saxena, thank you so much for joining us with all those insights. Appreciate that. We also have Srinjoy Chaudhary joining us on the broadcast. Srinjoy, is there any other information that we're getting with respect to what the Nepal authorities, the government is saying, or what the airlines or the air authorities are saying?
Well, all we know is that the plane has just vanished from the radar screen. And the plane is a small plane with 22 passengers, 4 of whom are Indian. And at this point, clearly, it should have landed 3 hours ago. So there will have to be a search and rescue mission to look for the passengers and locate them. And, of course, see what can be done. That is the next step. It's a Tara airline plane, 22 passengers there, including 4 Indians and 3 Japanese is what we are hearing.
Right, Srinjoy, in fact, we had Vipul Saxena just moments ago who was saying that we have something called the emergency locator tracker that directly connects to the satellite at the time of crisis. So there is an option there, in terms of when there is a situation like this where could be bad weather, could be the terrain, anything. So there is a rescue option there where the pilots can get in touch with the authorities. But seems like that also has not worked out here, because we have absolutely no idea for the last 3-4 hours what's happened to that plane there.
It's a small plane, so no one is sure what is on the plane. But the important thing to find out is really locate it. That's the important thing. So you would need search missions, you will need rescue missions, and as urgently as possible.
All right. Srinjoy, I appreciate you joining us with all those details. We're taking a very short break here, but stay tuned. We'll get you all the latest on that incident.